How do you build and maintain a successful coaching business while transforming lives? Today's guest is Nick Duff, Action Coach Master Licensee for the Southern U.S. He will share key elements for building and maintaining lifelong relationships using love and happiness, while at the same time building wealth for his clients. Join us for a candid conversation and lots of takeaways. What do you feel are the top 3 skills that make someone successful in franchising?
There are so many skills involved in having your own business that no one that hasn't been an entrepreneur before really thinks about too much. And every business opportunity that people take on requires different skill sets. So it's not just a matter of corporate versus entrepreneur. It's also a matter of industry and the people you're working with and so forth. So basically, the Action Coach business model is a relationship business. It's all about relationships. If you're good at building relationships, you'll be great in a business like this. If you're not so good about relationships, you can maybe work really hard and try and improve in that area. But my advice to you would be probably you want to be looking at different businesses that aren't really so much about relationship. I mean, maybe it's a website business where you're on IT all the time, or a banking business where you're with numbers all the time. Go do that, because that will be better for your skill set than this business. Now, related to relationship, I would add, there is a very important word which is unused in business. People are afraid of it. They run away from it. They don't like it, especially in corporate. The word is passion. And what we particularly look for is the ability for someone to relate to their passion and relate to my passion and to the passion of our clients.
But you mentioned the transition from corporate and a corporate mindset to basically an entrepreneur world. How difficult or easy was that for you?
I would say, William, that's probably the most important thing for candidates who are kind of looking at jumping out of corporate, who are afraid of jumping out, who aren't sure, and who have spouses who aren't sure. So let's address that, because that is the key difference. It's a different life. It's a different world. There are certain things in corporate. People kind of love the regular paycheck. People love the idea that they have a home to go to. They have colleagues. They have bosses. People love the idea that they get a business card with a title that gives them a role in life. And people kind of love being able to socially say, you know, I'm Mr. So-and-so and I do this. And now it depends where you work too, but I had the fortune to be in 2 of the greatest corporations in the US. One was Procter & Gamble. I was in Procter & Gamble for 15 years. And the other was Seagram, the drinks company. I was there for 15 years. Quite different, both of them. That was deliberate on my part. But on the other hand, both great training companies. And both had that kind of aura of, oh yeah, I work for this so-and-so, and everyone understood that. So, you know, it's like the fear of losing that is a fear of losing your identity, because your identity gets really wound up with that. And I have to admit that in our case, it wasn't an option. It wasn't a choice. After 30 years, 15 in Procter, 15 in Seagram, the Seagram Corporation actually folded. It was a company that was still run by a dynasty, the Bronfman family. And they had given the reins of the company to the third generation. Now it's more about getting a return on that training and starting to give back. So basically, what we did was we took that game plan and we said, okay, so if we're in our early 50s, our strat plan isn't from early 50s to early 60s. Our strat plan has to be from early 50s to early 90s. So, what kind of occupation would take care of us over the same period of time post corporate as in corporate? And that really gets you thinking differently.
Is it challenging to work with your spouse as a partner?
Depends on your relationship. And that's a great question because it leads me to another aspect of being in a business like this. This is a transformational business, but it's not just transformational for the clients and our partners. It's transformational for us. So we have learned more in these 20 years than we did in the 30-year prior corporate life. And they were great teaching companies, as I said. So the real point here is that we learn about relationships and we learn how to be better spouses, better fathers and mothers, better brothers and sisters. We are in the perfect model where you are making money but realizing the full potential of your own self in the process. Where can you get that? I mean, that is priceless. And so when the day comes, and I always ask our candidates to look at the day when they have finally passed on, what do they want people to be saying about them at their funeral? And here is an experience that will give you a wonderful funeral. And I mean that sincerely because a lot of people don't like to talk about that stuff. But let me tell you, there's a big difference between having a wonderful funeral and a terrible funeral. And, whether you've gone or not, that hangs in the air. And what makes this I think of kind of like the New Orleans funerals. Everyone's happy, it's festive, and because you've had a huge impact on people's lives, you've provided incredible value, you've been a real human being, you've lived to your full potential.
I hope you have gained some valuable insights into the world of franchising. Please make sure to like and subscribe and share with your network. Also, click the link below to learn more about franchising with Action Coach.